Oh, what to say about troop tactics. Alright, well, there's so many things we have to discuss, but I'll try and shorten it for us so we don't have like a 3-hour session on this. Let's shorten it down to three basic things. The first, ghost. Ghosts. Tons of ghosts. When you're in a game like Craters or Pressure Point, when you have narrow land, and maybe even on face-off on a side door, ghosts can help you out so much. Ghosts end up pushing the shaman, and if you cast blast or have a fire warrior on hand with the ghosts push, the blast pushes the shaman even further, or the fire warrior blast pushes it even further, and the enemy can die. You have to keep pounding them with ghosts though. Otherwise, one ghost won't do anything. You gotta keep pounding them with ghosts. Tons of ghost casting everywhere. Let's say you're on Pressure Point. You both are in a stalemate with blasts on your shaman. One of you has got to use ghost, because one of you's got to make sure you get past the enemy defense. It might as well be you. You should use ghost, and you should make sure that you put pressure on the enemy shaman by having the ghost push, and then your shaman casts blast after that really fast, and the enemy shaman will get pushed right towards the water and she'll die. Works out great all the time, just like a charm. It's awesome. Alright? Next, what we're going to talk about is using the Brave / Warrior / Fire Warrior push combo. Sounds kind of very hard to do, doesn't it? Seems kind of complex, but it's really not. Here's what happens. Let's set the scenario. The enemy shaman's coming. She's coming to shoot you, and she's probably got some lightnings. You dodge all her lightnings, but you get shot on the last one. Now, all you have is your defense, and she takes out most of your defense. Now you only have Braves and Huts, and you got a couple Fire Warriors on the hill. Alright? She comes in on your side door on face-off, and you send a couple Braves, and you send a Fire Warrior. You don't know that you just want to solve for time. That's what we've taught you in the tutorials before. But now you can actually put this to use. The Brave ends up trying to fight the Shaman, and while the Brave is pushing the Shaman, the Fire Warrior, if you send it right after the Brave, the Fire Warrior will push the Shaman, as will the Brave, and she'll fly really close to the water. And if you cast maybe a lightning somewhere close by, she'll get shot from the lightning, and she'll also get pushed by the Brave, and then she'll get pushed even more by the Fire Warrior. It's like an instant kill. It's awesome how these things can work out for you. Okay? So that's the second part. Brave / Fire Warrior / Shaman Warrior push. All that crap. Make sure you do that. Okay? Now the last part we're going to discuss. It might take a little bit, but I don't think it will. The next topic we're going to discuss is setting up a Brave defense. Brave defenses, most people don't use. I didn't even start using them until about a month ago, and they really save your butt. They really do. Alright, what you guys want to make sure you do is you put pressure on the enemy opponent by making the Braves come at them, and you stall for time. Now, the Brave defense is not good by itself. Braves just die, alright? I'm not saying that you just set up a whole alt-control defense of Braves. What you do is you use the alt-control function to set up patrols, and you make Braves and Fire Warriors mixed in, and the Braves substitute as Warriors, alright? And you use your Warriors for different purposes, like combating against the enemy when you're shooting an offensive attack down or something. Or when you're making an attack towards the enemy towers, you want to make sure you use those Warriors for that. And you don't want to have them all on guard duty, so you substitute the Braves for that. Alright? Now, the purpose for these Braves is really quite simple. The Braves stall for time when your Shaman dies. When your Shaman dies, your Braves can stop the enemy Shaman. You might even get a kill in, because the Brave / push / Fire Warrior combo thing comes in here. The Brave pushes, and the Fire Warrior shoots, and the enemy Shaman ends up going really close to the water, and she could die. Now, if this doesn't work, it also stalls for time. And Braves produce almost instantly during the late game. It's much easier to set up defensive Braves than it is to train troops of Warriors, and then it costs you mana to train these Warriors. It doesn't cost any mana to train Braves, and you just get Braves. You get more and more every time you have Huts. And when you have all large Huts upgraded from our Hut upgrading session from before in the tutorial, you'll be able to just produce tons of Braves constantly, like 30 Braves per second. Okay, maybe I was exaggerating on that, but it's a pretty good amount of Braves that you get when you have all large huts, and you don't really even notice if they're gone or not. Plus the fact is, even if they're stalling for time and they all die, you are making mana off them as they patrol along their patrol points. They're dying, but they're also all controlling, so they're not idle. So you're making mana off them even though they're not really doing anything important. Alright? Those are the basic steps to specific troop tactics. These are the only troop tactics that enemy shaman players use. If you're a shaman player, you've got to know how to use these. This is what the tutorial's covering. If you have any questions, email Joe or I. Alright, that's it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this tutorial session and learned a lot. Okay? And we'll see you later.